Snack time? You know, this reminds me of one time when I was a kid and I went to a friend's house and her mom was washing out the plastic bags that had held my friend's cookies during lunch. I was super confused because those bags are meant to be thrown out, right? They're the epitome of planned obsolescence, which is when something is made in a way that guarantees it a short life cycle. Like how cell phones kind of stop working so well after a couple years, then encouraging customers to buy new ones. And beyond being just flimsy, washing plastic baggies is just plain annoying. I mean, you gotta make sure you get into all the little corners, and then trying to prop them up so they stand open enough to dry is a challenge in and of itself. Why bother? And washing other recyclables was the same. Like, have you ever tried to wash a peanut butter container? I mean, the wet peanut butter smells just not great. And then there's shampoo bottles that just trap you in a land of perpetual suds forever and ever. And there's no escape. So I didn't usually clean things before recycling them. And then once I learned that you have to clean recyclables, I just kind of threw stuff in the garbage. Cleaning them was so annoying. But gradually, I realized it's also really annoying to go to a beach and see it littered with plastic garbage. It's annoying to see the impact plastic has on plants and animals, and it's really annoying to know that there are nanoplastics in my tissues and in my cells that I can't do anything about. That one is more than annoying. So I started cleaning stuff before recycling, feeling pretty good about myself now, until I learned the history and inefficiencies of recycling and how very well-paid lobbyists and giant companies fight regulation of plastic production and producer responsibility measures and legislation, continually instead putting money ahead of, like the planet and the people and literally everything. Profit in front of everything, creating giant problems that will persist for a long, long time. I mean, even something as seemingly obviously good as reusable shopping bags became a frustrating conundrum. In studies on the environmental impacts of different bags, where researchers compared the amount of energy it takes to make each product, along with greenhouse gas emissions, toxicity, and a number of other factors, it was actually found that the standard plastic grocery bag had the lowest environmental impact compared to things with paper and cotton tote bags. Paper and cotton bags have higher impacts due mainly to water requirements for growing plants, the chemical compounds used in processing, and the extra gas it takes to transport them since they're heavier and bulkier than plastic bags. Thanks to these factors, the bag with the highest impact, the organic cotton tote, would have to be used 20,000 times in order to offset the impact of its production. 20,000 times is just not possible. The bag would fall apart first. I mean, could plastic bags really be the environmental choice here? I don't know what to do. It's everything I know is a lie. What do I do? The studies, they say, what happens after I use it? That's a good point. The studies don't look at the impact and cost of degradation and pollution on the environment after the bag has been used, did they? And that's pretty high with plastic, right? 400 to 500 years to degrade. That is a long time that it can endanger animals and leach chemical compounds impacting soil, water, and air quality. Oh, and us. Okay, so if those studies don't tell the whole story, seriously, what bag should I use? One I already own. That's a good point. I already have it, so worrying about its production and the impact of its production is kind of a moot point at this point. And if I can reuse it as many times as possible, washing it between uses and fixing it if it breaks, that's a pretty decent solution. Yay! I wonder if this idea of washing, reusing, and fixing stuff can go for everything. Let's see, okay, sometimes I have stuff that rips or it breaks, and yeah, I could just try gluing it or sewing it back together. Good point. Okay, what if I need to go shopping and get clothing or furniture, and I could just buy used and secondhand, right? Not buying stuff that's made new. And if I'm ordering in food, I can ask for no plastic cutlery since I already have a whole bunch of cutlery. They're real cutlery. And I know these actions can seem really small, but they can add up a lot. Every time I refuse single-use plastic or reuse something, I'm producing less waste and reducing demand for plastic products. And if enough of us reduce demand like this, it can reduce plastic companies' profits, which is a great way to get their attention and help them see that ordinary people care about tackling our plastic planet problem. I can even go one step further, spending my hard-earned money on items made from recycled materials or environmentally friendlier alternatives, like a phone case made from flax and biodegradable sunglasses. Products like this already exist, they usually just need more people to try them out. I can use my wallet to vote for the future that I want. Because plastic is not going away. It has a lot of really important uses like parachutes for Mars rovers, and food safety, and medical devices, and personal protective equipment. But we really don't need to rely on this miracle material for every little thing. And until recycling becomes a much more efficient system, the best things we can do are reuse stuff, impact producers' bottom lines by reducing demand, and write to government officials asking them to regulate plastic. They made plastic pollution our problem, so let's show them we're serious about fixing it. But how do you even start to move away from plastic products? Well, join us next time as we wander into the field on a trip to discover the answer.